Welcome in, everyone. I'm SquishableMoon, and I just wanted to say a big thank you all you guys for the support. We're almost at 200 subscribers now, and I think that's freaking crazy. I am so happy about it. You guys have been commenting so many helpful things and kind things, and I was so excited to make this next video. With that being said, let's get on to the video. This is a bit of a different video. I wanted to try talking about my OCs. I had so much fun making someone's Helluva Boss character that I wanted to try making one of my own. So in the back, you'll see me drawing her while I talk about some of the backstory ideas I had. Let's start off with design because I feel like that's the easiest part to talk about. So for her name, I went with Bella. It's just the word for Bella in Norwegian, bokmål. If you don't know, I am Norwegian American. I was born and raised in America, but my family is from Norway. And I've always really wanted to reconnect with my family's culture, so I am currently trying to learn the language. And I have to tell you, I've been having so much fun learning the language and connecting so much to my family that in the future, I hope that I can move to Norway to further connect with my family's roots. I myself grew up in Texas, and I grew up around English and Spanish. My mom's first language was actually Spanish, which I thought was really funny. I cannot speak Spanish fluently. I'm not very good at speaking Spanish. I can understand Spanish more than I can read it or say it myself, but I've always grew up around that culture a lot more than my own. So I had no idea what I wanted to do for her design. I know that I wanted like heart-shaped horns. I did originally want to give her smaller horns, but ended up making them larger since the heart-shaped ones I thought looked really cute. I looked up a lot of reference images for female imp horns, most of them being tall and straight. However, we all know Barbie Wire had curly horns, so I don't think the horn size really matters that much. Oh, it's in the comments, some nice people told me that female imps normally have black hair and thin stripes on their horns, while males have white hair and thick stripes on their horns instead of thin stripes. Like Sally Mae, who is a trans character, she has thick stripes on her horns and looks like they dye their hair from white to black. Height-wise, she is around the same size as Millie or Moxie, who I am assuming are short among their kind, though I do wonder if height difference is based on ring or just depending on what kind of imp you are. By the way, this is not my first Helluva Boss character. I have another one that I'll flash on the screen for you. They're based off of hellhounds and gluttony. Though mine was based off a worm on a string, I feel like she could pass for Chihuahua thanks to her large ears. Back to her design. I am gonna make her body pink like Verosika Mayday. I wanted to make her look more pink and cutesy, but felt like it wouldn't fit into the universe quite as much. So I did keep her pink skin more of a reddish tint, but I still think her skin is fine. Like I said, she has heart-shaped horns. They're very cute. I did want to give her tinier horns, but I think the heart-shaped horns look really cute on her body. Since she's based off my persona, it wasn't too hard to make an imp version of her. I just had to copy some of the elements of my character and basically put them on her, so it wasn't too difficult. So the backstory I have for the character is Belle was born in lust. If it isn't obvious yet, she is at least part succubi. While I myself am asexual and don't often take part in sexual acts, I have a lewd personality and enjoy the idea of lewd things. I would say in moderation, but I'm a very dramatic and over-the-top person, which leads me to her next part of her lore. She was adopted into a family in the gluttony ring. For whatever reason, Belle was adopted into a pretty well-off family in gluttony. She doesn't enjoy working. She doesn't like killing jobs or working in hospitals, but her family had never forced her to work or do anything for that matter. Her adopted parents wanted to have the perfect family image and would often give Belle anything, and I mean anything she wanted, giving her outlandish things and over-the-top vacations that they would post to social media. In turn, with all the money, gifts, and attention, leading her to become an online influencer. Although Belle is quite popular online, having millions of views and likes on every post she makes on HellTube or whatever fake rendition of Instagram or YouTube they have in their universe, Not much is known of her offline, other than her parents and her status. When she was younger, her family would post everything she did online. Birthdays, vacations, you name it, they posted it. Her parents were over the top in everything, always trying to go bigger when possible. This, of course, like real life, led to some fans becoming a little bit more obsessed than others. Every hour spent outside her house would lead to many, if not hundreds of imps forming crowds to confess their love or hatred of her, even leading to full-on assaults by rocks, hell matches, throwing slushies at her, anything that they could get their hands on. Even some people trying to take her clothes or rip off pieces of her hair. After a large incident on a family vacation, Belle was hospitalized. Once she was better, she had a hard time leaving her house and often stayed indoors. Though this wasn't a huge issue since her parents would just renovate the house, making it 5 times bigger with indoor garden, pool, you have it. Anything she wanted was inside. She'd never have to go outside again. Her family relationship is good. Her parents are nice enough people. They don't abuse her, ignore her, or neglect her. Both her parents would be classified as in a perfect marriage, in the perfect house, with the perfect family. Of course, they fought, they laughed, they cried, they comforted each other, and all around seemed like your regular typical family in hell. The only thing of note was her parents were often away either for party, work, or vacation. They were always doing something. So her father owns a restaurant called the Pearl and Pitchfork, being one of the 5 top restaurants in hell, having 5 stars. It is open in Gluttony. Either it's open in Gluttony or it is open in the Pride Ring because it's a very popular restaurant. Her mom is an event and party planner, often known for her go big or go home attitude. She has even made events for the royal family and even helped plan coronations for the royal family. Of course, you have to pay top dollar to be able to have her working for you, but her events are always noteworthy and blow up on social media. Her parents never really cared much of what she did as long as she followed the never make them look bad rule, which you think would be a pretty hard rule to follow, but it really just meant not making them look like bad parents in public. She doesn't have many friends offline, all except for her twin hellhound guards who never leave her side. They were appointed her guards after her hospitalization. While in the hospital, Belle did meet Fizzarali once, and they keep in touch by liking each other's content on social media, but otherwise don't talk to each other. Fizz has sent invitations to her house for parties that he has been throwing, but she has never gone to one. Regardless, he still sends invitations every time he holds an event. Belle's personality is pretty straightforward. She is a selfish brat who enjoys having the power and money to get what she wants whenever she wants it. But she also understands that being kind and even lewd at times can help her get what she wants, often being able to become anyone or anything to get what she wants, and having a very manipulative personality. She suffers from PTSD from her hospitalization and still sees a therapist once a week since the incident. Because of the stress she's often put under, she picks at her skin, leaving scars or open wounds on her hands, often covering them with band-aids. Thanks to being chronically online, she is able to find out rumors and other rather personal information just by asking people online or sifting through the large amounts of beware posts and call-outs. Belle is also a very childish person, often acting younger than she should and acting out when her parents aren't around because of lack of attention. The only people she will listen to are her hellhound guards, who will often stop her from getting out of hand or making a scene and creating issues for the family. She has always had a hard time understanding no, since even if her parents said no in public, they would often still buy her anything she wanted in private, even giving her a family credit card with no spend limit on it. Some random facts. After Belle's hospitalization, her parents took her to the Hellhound Adoption Agency to pick out hellhounds. There were many hellhounds that the parents thought would make a great fit, being a lot cuter or more stable than the others. However, Belle wanted the twins that were about to be kicked out because they reached age of maturity. Many people hadn't adopted them because of their rough nature and the fact that they couldn't be separated. The one time that the twins were separated, they broke everything in the owner's houses just to be able to return to one another. The parents didn't care which hellhound she picked and offered to get the 2 twins that she had her eye on, thinking of them more as pets than actual bodyguards. Her internet personality is all about looking like your stereotypical party girl, often pretending that she is at lavish events or at parties that she hasn't gone to. She is able to make it look like she's at parties thanks to her wide range of rooms in her house that have been renovated for her. Not only does she have an indoor garden and indoor pool, but even mini restaurants inside her own house. Thanks to the mini rooms, she is able to take pictures of herself with corners of rooms or places that look similar to where the party will be held to make it look like she is at said party. She spends many hours getting ready in clothes, making it look like she's about to go to a party to take pictures of herself to post to Instagram as well. Her guards' names are, her bedroom looks like it's more pillows than rooms. She often sleeps after having a large meltdown. The only time she ever goes outside is when she sees her guards outside chatting. Let's get into my ending thoughts. We're just finishing up part of the line art in the background. I really like the way the eyes came out. I feel like their shape was really cute. I originally wanted to give her a pouty lip because I thought that would be really, really adorable, but you'll see that I change it later in the future. I did also maybe wanted to give her a cracked horn since you can lose your horns in hell, but I ended up not doing that because I didn't want to add too much to the character. I feel like the character has just enough to make her unique and still fit in the universe. Which I was really worried about. So you probably noticed that I haven't really gotten into the accident from her backstory. I'm not too sure what I want her accident to be. I do think I want it to be something revolving the fans and maybe her getting into like an accident because of her fans I want it to be maybe something to do with her fans and it making her get into an accident where she got really badly injured. But I'm not sure what I want that accident to be. You can see originally I give her black hair because female imps usually have black hair, but I ended up not liking the black hair. I like black hair on a lot of characters, but I've never really had a character with black hair. I usually prefer pink hair, so you'll see me end up changing her hair to pink later in the future. I did also try yellow to see if that was nice because I know some imps have kind of like a pale blonde, but I ended up going back to pink because it's my favorite color. I have to say, I have really been enjoying drawing imp characters. I feel like they're so fun to draw. I want to do more like these. I did end up making an imp for my friend, which if you guys want to see a video on my friend's imp with her backstory and lore, let me know, because I can definitely do that, because that would be so much fun. And here I am just fiddling with the scars and their placement, trying to figure out where I want them to be. I end up giving her scars on her shoulders and down her side, also on her hands and one of her legs. She does also have some pretty large scars on her face. I do end up changing her mouth to more of a grin, though I do wish I had given her shark teeth. I do think shark teeth would have looked really good on this character, but I can always go back and add that a different time. One thing I also have been trying to fiddle with is the black markings on imp characters. So you can have scars, which are white, and then you can have markings, which are like black. And I haven't really added many markings onto characters, so I've been trying to do that. I do add some like black onto my tail. And then on my friend's character, I add black stripes onto their tail as well. And some like black markings onto their fingers, so their fingers are black. I like the idea that she is adopted from Lust. I feel like that's a really interesting concept. I'm not sure how adoption works for imps in their universe, but I know that hounds can be adopted, and I'm going to assume imps can also be adopted. Because we all know that imps can be born in hell, the same with like Has Been Hotel. You can be born in hell. So I made my character born in hell, but she is adopted into a rich family. And while she has a pretty good life, I feel like having one traumatizing event is a pretty neat thing for a backstory. If you guys have any ideas on what I should add to her backstory or maybe her design, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your theories on how she got her scars. And if you guys have any Helluva Boss characters, I would love to see them. Make sure to tag me on Twitter. I'm going to be looking at them and maybe drawing a couple because I really want to draw more imps. I am in love with these. I don't know why I just decided to become infatuated with imp characters, but I am obsessed with them. And let me know if you want to see me design other versions of my OC in Helluva Boss or Has-Been Hotel. So far I have 2 and I want to make more. And here is the finished overall design. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. I honestly love their design so much. There was more I could have done with her. I could have made her outfit more interesting, but I think as my first time character for an imp, it came out pretty well. And I absolutely love her. She is so freaking cute. Let me know in the comments if you think she's cute, because I love her so much. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. If you want to give me a like and a comment below, I would much appreciate it. I hope all your wishes come true. See you guys next time. Bye bye.